Recent developments in Romania went high on the agenda of the President of the European Commission, José Manuel Barroso. The Commission is following the situation very closely and has reiterated on several occasions that the rule of law, the democratic checks and balances, and the independence of the judiciary are cornerstones of the European democracy that must be respected in all member states, including Romania. President Barroso met with Prime Minister Ponta and stressed the need to address 11 specific concerns of the Commission. The European Commission welcomed the commitments made by Prime Minister Ponta to work immediately on these issues. The Commission will continue to monitor the situation to ensure that these commitments are honoured.
In every member state of the European Union, we need a well-functioning, independent judicial system and respect for democratic institutions and the rule of law. Romania has stepped back from the edge, but we cannot yet say that we have reached the end of the process. These commitments now need to be effectively observed and implemented. This is in the best interest of Romania and Romanian citizens. We are convinced that Romanian citizens are fully committed to the principles of rule of law and democracy.
Adopting the cooperation and verification mechanism reports for Romania and Bulgaria, the Commission said both countries have made progress overall, but neither have fully met their respective benchmarks, nor entirely produced convincing results in areas of judicial reform, fight against corruption, and, in the case of Bulgaria, organized crime. Urgent and rigorous implementation of the recommendations included in the reports will contribute to ensure a stable, credible, and investment-friendly economic environment and to reassure financial markets, said President Barroso. A few hours later, José Manuel Barroso received the visit of the President of Kosovo, Atifete Georgaga. Talks mainly focused on the latest progress achieved by Pristina on its way towards the European integration. A feasibility study on Kosovo's membership of the European Union was launched earlier this year. However, President Barroso warned that considerable progress was required by Kosovo authorities in areas such as the rule of law, election management, treatment of minorities, and judicial reform. All these areas are monitored as part of the study which will be concluded in the autumn. He also urged Pristina and Belgrade to normalize their ties and said all agreements reached must be fully and promptly implemented. The following day, President Barroso, accompanied by the European Commissioner for Development, Andris Piebalgs, embarked on a 3-day visit to Mozambique and Tanzania as the European Union looks to bolster its support to this rapidly growing region of southern Africa. First talks were held in Maputo with Mozambican President Armando Guebuza. The two leaders discussed bilateral relations and future cooperation. Europe is firmly committed to support Mozambique in the process of achieving sustainable development. 3 bilateral agreements were signed during the visit. Totaling €37 million, they aim to boost local economic development, to support civil society groups, and to reinforce the rule of law and public accountability. On Friday, José Manuel Barroso addressed the summit of the Community of Portuguese-speaking countries, where he reiterated the EU's commitment to assist in the further development and consolidation of this like-minded organization of 8 states, comprising 250 million people. President Barroso and Commissioner Piebalgs also visited the port of Beira, one of the key infrastructures of Mozambique, and the EU-funded corridor project. The Beira corridor will provide needed access to global markets for landlocked neighboring countries Zimbabwe, Zambia and Malawi. On Saturday, José Manuel Barroso met the Tanzanian President Jakaya Kikwete and senior ministers of the government to reinforce the dialogue and economic cooperation between the European Union and Tanzania. Both sides took this opportunity to sign 6 new financing agreements worth a total of €126.5 million. This new support will provide practical help to rehabilitate more than 200 kilometers of roads, provide access to drinking water for 500,000 people, or to improve sanitation infrastructure and services for some 140,000 inhabitants. It will also contribute to strengthening democracy and good governance in the country. The President also paid a visit to a disability hospital in Dar es Salaam run by the Comprehensive Community-Based Rehabilitation in Tanzania, or CCBRT, a local non-governmental organization which is today the largest indigenous provider of disability and rehabilitation services in the country. President Barroso congratulated the hospital board and the whole management for the remarkable improvement they've achieved and promised that the European Commission will continue to cooperate with the hospital for even greater progress of the health sector in Tanzania.